Unbelievable world records you didn't know. What if I told you that someone once survived 18 months without a heart? Or that the fastest human alive isn't Usain Bolt? Some world records are so mind-bending, they challenge what we believe is possible. And today, we're diving into the most unbelievable records ever set. Ones that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about. And trust me, you won't believe number 5. It's so insane that even science struggles to explain it. The man who lived without a heart. Imagine waking up one day and realizing you have no heartbeat, no pulse, nothing. That was reality for Craig Lewis, the first man to survive without a human heart. In 2011, doctors removed his failing heart and replaced it with a device that circulated blood continuously. No beat, no rhythm, just silent flow. And guess what? He was conscious, walking, talking, alive. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie, except it was real. It makes you wonder, how much of our body do we actually need to survive? I mean, if I could replace my metabolism with a machine that burns calories 24/7, but if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear about a man who can hold his breath longer than some people can hold a conversation. 2. The longest time holding breath underwater. Take a deep breath and hold it. Now imagine doing that for over 24 minutes. That's what Budimir Shobat did in 2021, setting the record for the longest breath hold ever recorded. That's longer than an entire episode of your favorite sitcom. By the time you'd finish one, he'd still be underwater, chilling like a mermaid. But here's the freaky part, he wasn't born with this skill. He trained his body to use oxygen differently. It's a real-life superpower, proving that with the right techniques, our limits are far beyond what we think. But speaking of limits, what happens when someone decides to test the ultimate pain threshold? 3. The most painful insect sting on Earth. Imagine a pain so intense, it feels like walking over hot coals with a rusty nail in your foot for hours. That's the sting of the bullet ant, the most painful insect sting in the world, according to the Schmidt Pain Index. And guess what? Some people do this voluntarily. The Satare Mawe tribe in the Amazon uses bullet ant gloves as a rite of passage. Young men insert their hands into a woven glove filled with dozens of furious ants, enduring unimaginable pain for minutes. Why? To prove their strength. Meanwhile, I stub my toe on a table leg, and I'm questioning my entire existence. But what if I told you there's a record so ridiculous? It defies every survival instinct we have. The highest free fall without a parachute. Imagine jumping out of a plane without a parachute. That's exactly what Luke Aikens did in 2016, free falling 25,000 feet before landing safely in a giant net. For reference, that's like jumping off 17 Empire State Buildings, stacked on top of each other, and hoping for the best. Meanwhile, I hesitate to jump off the last step of my staircase. But if you think that's wild, wait until you hear about the man who ran faster than a car without an engine. 5. The fastest human ever, not Usain Bolt. Everyone knows Usain Bolt is the fastest man alive, right? Wrong. The fastest human ever recorded is actually a sprinter from 1968, Tommy Smith. During the Olympic 200-meter final, Smith hit a peak speed of 27.6 ampere, faster than Usain Bolt's top speed. To put that in perspective, that's the same speed as some city speed limits. If you saw him on the sidewalk, he'd be breaking traffic laws. Records like these prove one thing: our limits aren't set in stone. What seems impossible today could be reality tomorrow. And that, my friend, is why pushing boundaries matters. Every record we just explored started with someone saying, "What if? What if I could survive without a heart? What if I could hold my breath longer? What if I could be faster, stronger, more resilient?" Maybe it's time we start asking ourselves, what's our own what if? Speaking of pushing boundaries, have you ever wondered who truly dominated the financial world? Click on this next video to discover the richest people in history, some of whom made fortunes so massive. Their wealth still shapes the world today.